I've researched that coming to Vietnam, there were 3 different waves. So the first wave was occurred at the end of the Vietnam War after the fall of Saigon in 1975. Second was during the late 1970s, and the third in the 1980s and 1990s. So when did you immigrate to the U.S.?
So here's the thing. So basically, right after the war, like you know about the boat people that left on the boat to leave out the countries, and in the 80s there are still more boat people, but also at the same time is people that have family that left in the 70s sponsor them in the 80s. And then the third wave is like at the end of the 80s. So they have to spend paperwork. We didn't even apply at that point. The reason because it was so expensive to apply at the end of the 80s. So there's an additional program. I think in '94 that the U.S. Embassy in Bangkok allow us to send the application directly to them, rather than to the third party, like to the Vietnamese government. So it's much cheaper for us to apply, and that's when we applied in '94, and that's when we went through the interviews. But to qualify, like the person that qualified at my dad, like they have to be in that concentration camp for more than 3 years.
Oh, okay.
And my dad went there for 5 years and I think 2 months, so that's why he qualified. And then we had to go through the interview. We proved that he was in those, and part of it, like we have to prove to them that our life was hard during those years, in order for us to go to be, pass the interview to come here.
Right. So did you have to interview, or is it only your parents?
So we all go in the interview room, but they ask my dad the question mostly because they have to see, because they have to know whether whatever information that he put on there is correct.
So did you guys all come to America together as a family, or separately?
Yeah,
okay.
All together, and with my rent. So when we applied in '94, it was also include my grandparents. But then my grandfather passed away in '95, so then we have to change it. But then my grandma came with us also.
Oh, okay.